Chapter 2, A Father's Love. Looking back, I believe my parents' marriage ended for many reasons, but alcohol abuse was the biggest culprit. My father clearly needed help. When he was sober, he never argued with my mother. And he rarely bothered me. He wasn't an affectionate man, but he did tell great stories. And he enjoyed teaching us new things. He was highly intelligent, fluent in 5 languages, a skill that required a sharp mind. My father wasn't a bad man, he was just a deeply troubled one. Only later would I realize just how broken he truly was. One thing I knew for certain, love had long ceased to exist in my parents' marriage. Constant fights, the drinking, the relentless tension. I knew it wasn't normal over time. The situation only grew worse. When my siblings arrived from Colombia, it put even more strain on my household. My father often threatened to send them back, but he never did. No matter how much my mother begged for stability, he enabled their stay, prolonging the chaos. And then there was one moment, one horrific moment, that changed everything for me. It was a weekend. My parents had spent the night drinking as usual. When I woke up, I saw the maid cleaning up the mess, beer cans strewn everywhere. My mother was gone. I vaguely recalled hearing an argument earlier that morning, but by then, it was as routine as an alarm clock. The music would stop, the fighting would start, and then it would all fall silent. At that time, I had a Sega Genesis. Though I was more of an athlete, most Sundays I just played video games, escaping reality the best way I could. Other kids spent weekends at the park, playing with their families, enjoying their childhoods. I spent mine in a dark room, lost in imaginary battles with my action figures, forcing myself into the worlds I created because the one I lived in was unbearable. That day, something felt off. I was hungry, but the maid hadn't made breakfast. Usually one of my mother's friends hired to clean up after the weekend's drunken destruction would cook something before leaving. But now it was past lunchtime and my stomach was growling. My older brother was probably at a friend's house. My mother was nowhere to be found. Joaquin, my stepbrother, had mostly likely disappeared for the weekend, avoiding the hell that was home. Then I heard a voice, Monica, my older stepsister, my beautiful sister. She was kind to me, the only warmth in the house that was otherwise cold. Her presence gave me the courage to leave my room. I ventured out, creeping through the hallway like a spy on a mission. The first thing I needed to confirm was whether my father's car was in the garage. If his big blue Mercedes-Benz was gone, I could roam freely. But as I slowly opened the door and peeked inside, my stomach dropped. The car was there. He was home. I heard voices. I ducked behind a pile of dirty laundry, throwing a blanket over me, peering through a small opening in the fabric like a hidden camera. Monica walked into the garage wearing a bathing suit, talking to someone. My heart lifted. Was there a pool party? Had I missed it? I was about to reveal myself when I heard my father's voice approaching. Instinctively, I froze. He was getting closer. I held my breath, willing myself to become invisible. My heart pounded. My ears strained. But then their conversation was muffled. Something was off about their tone. It wasn't friendly. It wasn't lighthearted. There was an edge to it, a tension I couldn't quite place. And then just as quickly as she appeared, Monica was gone, disappearing into the house. The beer fridge in the garage remained open. Something wasn't right. I felt uneasy. Where was my mother? Why hadn't she told me about this so-called pool party? I walked towards the sliding glass door leading to the backyard, expecting to see people laughing, swimming, enjoying the day. Instead, I found an empty pool deck. The sun shone brightly, but no one was there to appreciate it. A deep sense of confusion washed over me as I turned back towards the house. And then I heard it, a crash. The sound of something breaking. My stomach knotted. I had heard similar noises before. Bottles shattering during fights, but this one was different, quieter, almost accidental. My body moved before my mind could catch up, shifting into stealth mode as I crept toward my father's room. The television was blaring, but beneath the noise there were sounds, voices, struggling. My gut twisted. The door was slightly open. Slowly, carefully, I peeked inside. And what I saw I will never forget. My father on top of Monica. For a brief moment, my mind rejected what my eyes were seeing. He was killing her, I thought. That had to be it. She had tried to escape, knocked something over in the process, and now he was hurting her. I had to stop him. I had to save her. I prepared myself to attack, to do something, anything to help her. And then she saw me. Her eyes met mine, wide, terrified, filled with tears. She shook her head slowly. No. That single word, spoken without a sound, shattered me. I hadn't understood before, but now I did. She wasn't fighting him. She was holding on to him, not to escape, but to keep him from noticing me. My world crumbled. My father, the man I feared, the man I sought approval from, the man who was supposed to protect us, was raping my sister. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't move. The tears spilled from my eyes, but I made no sound. I just stood there. And then, as if in a trance, I stepped backward, slowly, quietly shutting the door just as carefully as I had opened it. I walked back to my room in silence, picked up my controller with shaking hands, and I played. Because what else was I supposed to do? I was only 10 years old.